Alright, now we're going to talk about exceptions to the requirements of consideration. Now, this first one's kind of funny. Voluntary subscriptions. Giving money to a charitable enterprise. Now, courts enforce these as a matter of public policy. Now, think about this. You're going to church, right? The offering plate is passed around. Okay, you put money in. Okay? Can you get that money back? No. No. You give money to the Salvation Army. Can you get that money back? No. Right? What did the other side give up? Nothing. No, you just came and you gave them money. It was a charitable expense. All right? So there's no consideration necessary. Now, debt's a record. Consideration is not necessary to support an obligation of record, a judgment. All right, so you get a judgment against you from a court of law saying that you have to pay X number of dollars to the other side. Guess what? There's no consideration there either. You are ordered to do so by the law. Okay, so there's no need for consideration. Promissory estoppel is the final one. All right, this is a substitute for consideration when another acts in reliance on the promisor's promise. Now look at this. You have elements. A promise is made. The promisor, the person making the promise, reasonably expects the promise to induce action by the promisee. Okay? The person you made the promise to. The promisee does in fact act. Justice requires enforcement of the promise. All right, let me give you an example. So, Gulfstream makes a promise with Georgia Tech saying, hey, if you will give us 10 employees out of your graduating class each year, we will supply Georgia Tech with this brand new aviation equipment worth $10 million. Okay? So the dean of Georgia Tech gets this information and immediately starts making arrangements to have this new equipment, get new students into the college, etc., etc. Goes through huge expenses. Right? Then after it's done, Gulfstream says, "Oh, I was only kidding." Okay? Is this fair? No. Okay? Was there consideration given up? No. Nobody gave up anything. It was just a promise. But look at what happened. This promise was made by Gulfstream. The promisor reasonably expects the promisee to induce action by the promise. Okay? What did the Georgia Tech dean do? Did everything in his power to make sure that he had enough students that could go and work for Gulfstream each year. Okay? That's the action done by the promisee. Justice requires that contract be enforced. Okay? It's called promissory estoppel, and typically it is a substitute for consideration.